Hey, what's up, guys? These are the prototype stock adapters that I made. We're going to be doing some destructive testing on those a little bit later, but I wanted to just show you what I came up with. Yeah, I'm actually switching this one over to one of these because the stock adapter that was on it was a one-piece milled aluminum. I mean, pretty cool, but the tines on it, they didn't fit in here very well. So I had to put some tape on them to kind of snug things up, and that made it stick in there really tight. And as many times as I take these things apart to get inside there and do something to them, it was just really annoying because I had to take the stock off every time. So I'm going with this, and I'll show you why. Most of that and I think it was a Jim C design that used like little aluminum basically tubes with a bolt going through them, and then they would it was like two little cylinders, a small cylinder and a longer cylinder, and between them was an O-ring, and they would tighten down, they would squeeze together and squeeze that O-ring, and that would kind of grab in here. That was a pretty good design, but if you got any kind of oil or grease in there, it wouldn't work. You would try to tighten it up, and you'd just be tightening and tightening and tightening, and it never would tighten all the way. So I think my design is the best design. So it's just a printed part, but the print gives you a little bit of flex, which is good because it keeps everything really simple. Now, you just put it in there, and here's the secret sauce. To tighten it, you just wiggle it back and forth until it's home, and then that ain't going anywhere. So and to get it off, you can do the same thing. You just work it out. Now the production, the ones that I'm going to be selling, I made this a little bit longer, so it's a little bit harder than this to put it on and take it off. So, but I'm not going to waste one of the prototypes. That'll be mine. All right. Yeah, I think before we get into the destructive testing, let me tell you what I've been up to. With my Super Bee, I've been making seals and testing them out. And yesterday I came in here and I made some of these blue seals. These are 40D polyurethane, and I wanted to see if it would tear them up if I used high pressure. So, and I also wanted to switch the program over to the old 12K program, so I could see how it was, that new valve body mod was behaving with higher pressures. So anyway, I came out here and it was on 5K, and I just wanted to do some singles. So I ramped the pulse up, and the pulse would only go to like 4.5, but I put my adjustable regulator on 1700 PSI. So I figured, well, that's going to be plenty to tell me if it's going to, tear these seals up. And so I did some single shots into the backstop. It worked fine. And then I said, I just wonder, will this thing work? 5K, pulse of 4.5, full auto. And I put it on that and I let it rip, and man, that was incredible. I've never shot that powerful, that fast before. I'm not even kidding. And I think it's still got some legs. So what I did was I got in touch with Sergey and I said, there's something wrong with this file. I ran out of poles on 5K. And I honestly don't remember if that's how it was when I did that 10K build. But if it was back then, I wouldn't have even noticed it because I wouldn't have even gone up that high. So Sergey looked at it and he fixed everything and sent me the file back. So I'm going to be playing around with that some more to just see, like, you know, how fast we can get it and with what kind of power. We're kind of revisiting the old super duper high fire rates, but now I think we can put some ass behind them. All right, let's see if we can't tear up some of these. Now, I think first up we're going to try the carbon fiber PLA. I decided not to go with this just because it's not a very good match. I tried to do the PETG. This is what the V20 housings are made out of, but dimensionally it sucks for doing this. So I just went with a matte PLA, and that's what I've got on here. So we're gonna try all three of those. Now, I can definitely make these stronger if they break. Since they're prototypes, I just wanted to get the dimensions right and, you know, have them halfway sturdy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to brace these. I'm going to go find a brick or something and then brace them like that and then try standing on it. And I'm 99% sure they're going to break, but we're going to do it anyway for science. All right, now this one is just a one-piece deal. If I remember right, these are printed 3 perimeters, 20% gyroid infill, and I started making the collar separately later on, and that bolts on, but we'll see what happens. Oh, I know this is... Now, I am probably 195 pounds with my clothes on. Yeah, there's no way. I'm just going to brace myself. Holy crap. All right, so that's the carbon fiber PLA. I figured if any one of them was going to stand a chance of this, it would be the PETG that I am not going to be making. Well, dang. All right, and this is the one that I plan on making. The matte PLA. It would really suck if this one broke. So there you have it. That is surprising. We'll get a look, see, we damaged him. Okay, it looks like, I guess that was from the brick. Just a little indentation there, a little indentation from the brick there. That's the only damage from. I wanted to see what these weighed in comparison to one that uses a, oh, by the way, these are modeled after mil-spec buffer tubes, not civilian buffer tubes. I'm planning on getting some more of these pretty soon. Y'all just got to give me some money. So, let's see. 216 grams. Now, as far as cost, if we were to buy the cheapest buffer tube we could, that's $25. Castle nut, if you were to buy one without shipping, $3 to $5 and more. And the stock adapter that you can't get anymore, I think I used to sell these for like 55, 60 bucks. So whatever that comes up to is what you were looking for, you know, making a stock for one of these Blackbirds, you know, an AR-15 stock for it. And when the Jaws Max was selling the adapters, those were 45. So you just add that to that. And these, I'm going to sell these for 35. So it's a much better buy. And we'll see how it does on the weight. Now I'm curious about these carbon fiber deals. Holy smokes. 84 and 216. I don't know if y'all can see that. Let me zoom in. $216 for the 80. Man, it lost 4 grams somehow. Well, thereabouts 80. This one has, oh, we won't measure that one. No, this is the Pet G for kicks and giggles, 102 grams. And basically the production, 96 grams. And guys, I'm telling you, if you're not familiar with this, these can get heavy fast. I think I like the way the metal, I like the way the metal shroud looks, but I like my carbon fiber shrouds the way they feel better, because they can get heavy quick, and the long tactical barrels, they're pretty doggone heavy with all that extra shroud stuff. So yeah, that's that. You can order one of these from me now if you want. I'm gonna, like I said, I should have some stocks in later, but I'm not gonna buy any until I get more work, because I am flat broke. As far as these seals, these are made out of, I'll go over all this in a separate video, but they're showing some real promise. I've taken some design cues from Magnus Op seals. I actually helped, didn't actually help design those, but I helped test them, and I gave them my feedback on some measurements and stuff. So I kind of guess I did help them design them. But I'm also taking cues from the Russian seals and the stock seals, actually. So that's going to be the next video, and by then I'll have all the bugs and everything worked out. I don't think it's going to be very much longer on this. I think I probably just need to test these black ones at high pressure, and you know, just make sure that they don't tear up. Anyway, more on that later. All right, guys, that's it for this one. Later.